I have to see things I hate about living in Romania. I need to know. I used to live in Romania for 18 years. A lot of years, chat. A lot of years.
Romania.
That is a lot of years, and I need to know what he hates about it. We'll watch the things he loves after. Epic. Also, guys, don't forget to subscribe and like if you like my reactions and stuff. And yeah, epic. Oh god, I get so shy. I get so shy when I do the self promo. God, I love horses in random places.
One of God's greatest gifts to the earth, and my sweet adoptive country. Now, I've been living in Romania for about a year now, and
Let's
while
go.
I actually do adore the country, it definitely has some things that need improvement. And this is what this video is about. All the things that I hate about Romania. So without further ado, let's begin. Now, when it comes to the Romanian language, it's definitely not one of the hardest ones out
Yeah,
there.
it really is.
Especially if you already know English. You're gonna notice a lot of vocab that you already know, and once you start learning it, you're gonna think, hey, this is easy. This is fun. And then you're gonna get smacked.
That's the thing, because to learn the vocabulary, if you know like a bit of Spanish and English, it's gonna be fairly easy. But then the grammar is the problem. The grammar is the problem.
Sphincter stretcher known as Romanian grammar. Now, on paper,
Grammatica
Romanian
Română,
grammar
let's
is
go!
quite easy, except it's not. However, once you start utilizing it, you realize it's anything but, because all the previous simple rules you learned are just thrown out the window. Basically, you're stuck memorizing each conjugation.
It really is like that. Like, you need to know for each word, you need to know how to say it. Like, you just know. And that's the thing, there's no rules. You just gotta know.
Because consistency and you, my friend. Just look at how you're supposed to conjugate the verb to eat and then the verb to take. And don't even get me started on demonstratives. What the hell even is this?
Oh, what the?
Now,
was that a...
One of the first things that absolutely started to annoy me upon moving to Romania is the public transportation.
Oh, I
Now,
love the
while
public transport though. It's actually peak. You don't even have to pay if you're fast enough, chat. If you're fast enough, you don't have to pay for public transport.
Public transportation within the city isn't that bad, but if you're a mere mortal without a car and decide to go on a quest to the next Romanian city, God certainly won't have mercy on you, and neither will the bus system.
Oh yeah,
Now,
you have to
first and
cefere.
foremost, if you're looking to go between two cities in Romania, one of which is not Bucharest,
Or worse, Maxi Taxi. Ooh, Maxi Taxi. So, cefere are the trains, and Maxi Taxi is like a small bus that goes from city to city, and it is actually monstrous. I went with one during the last summer. No aircon, obviously. The door was missing, so at least there was airflow because the door was missing, and there was a hole in the floor.
there are practically very few buses and trains available between the two. And the ones that are available go at extremely inconvenient times. You'd think they were made by a monkey who basically put them up all on a wall and threw his feces at a time chart and then picked whatever stuck. For example, I live in Cluj, Romania's third largest city, and I often have to travel to Timișoara, Romania's fourth largest city. The two cities are both over 300,000 people, and by car they're around 4 hours apart. So how many buses do you think go daily between the two cities? Any guesses?
One.
Well, two.
Two.
There's only two buses.
That's crazy.
Both of which go in the morning, one at 10 a.m. and one after it an hour and a half later. And the thing is, they're not even a proper bus, but the USSR's poor misinterpretation of a bus known as a marshutka.
Yes! Chad, it's just a fucking car. We call it microbus. So it's just, oh god, these suck. These suck.
Which only has 12 seats available.
Microbus literally just means microbus. It's a microbus. It's a microbus. Microbus, microbus. That's what it is. It's a microbus.
And a very questionable smell. Now,
Yeah.
this is even more complicated because
Even
to
for like
ride on
10
the bus,
people.
you need a reservation. And to get a reservation, you
Yeah,
have to
he
call a
said microbus. Yes, that's what it is.
bus company, which would be all fine and dandy if the bus's company's phone actually worked, which more often than not doesn't. And you know, that would also be fine. But then you go to the bus station and ask to buy a ticket there for the bus, and then you get told by the lady working at the window that no, she can't sell you a bus ticket because you have to book those over the phone, which would be just fine, again, if the phone worked. Now, by some off chance that you actually had a luck to strike the lottery and were actually able to get through to the bus company and book your ticket, upon getting to your bus, you'll probably notice one grandpa who didn't have that opportunity to book the ticket because, again, the phone didn't work. So now he's stuck arguing with the bus driver about not being able to ride the bus because he's telling him you gotta book the ticket over the phone, and your bus is delayed because, hey, there's a fight. And that's only if you want to go to a big city. If you want to go to a city nearby, the bus doesn't even stop at the bus station. Oh, no, no. It can stop anywhere in the city. It can stop by the church, next to the McDonald's, hell, if they're cheeky enough, behind an
Oh,
elementary
yes. Sometimes, like, you need to guess where it's gonna stop. Like, there is no sign. There is no stop. There is nothing. Yes, it is. I've had to do this a couple of times. And I remember, like, I had a friend tell me over the phone, oh, you just go near this area and it might stop there. And I was like, hey, what do you mean it might stop there? But it's not all buses. Not all buses. We do have buses in the city that have bus stops. It's about this, like, from city to city bus. The microbus. The microbus doesn't have a bus station, so it just stops in random places that people find out or from word of mouth. But like, if the driver knows a different place, he'll stop somewhere else. So you literally just kind of have to guess. And sometimes, if you see the microbus, you can make a sign to the driver and he will stop. But you need to catch his attention. So if you want to get on the microbus and you're not sure where it's gonna go, but you see it pass, you wave at it, and then sometimes it will stop, sometimes not, depending on the driver, chat. Yeah.
school as well. It doesn't really matter to them, as long as it's not at a proper functioning bus station. And the only way to know where your bus stop is basically to ask the locals. And
literally, it's word of mouth. You need to ask people, and everyone has like a different answer. Like, sometimes it stops here, other times it stops here.
don't speak that much Romanian, well, tough shit. And then you have Bucharest. Now, as Romania is quite a centralized country, its capital, Bucharest, plays quite an important role. And Romania being quite a large circular country, you'd think its capital would be somewhere in the middle. But no, it's all the way south.
No, it's in the
near
lower
almost the
part.
border with Bulgaria. So if you live anywhere outside of Wallachia, good luck on that 10-hour train ride, and I hope the AC works. Pro
It
tip,
doesn't.
it
It never
doesn't.
does. It just
And
doesn't.
as you must be careful in Romania of people trying to steal your wallet, online you must be careful of companies trying to steal your data. And that's why you
Oh,
should
come
use
on.
VPN, baby!
Come on, dude.
Please, and
I'll
that's
chat.
one
I'm
plus
sorry.
as a
I'll
notification
skip it. It's the
for the
same
Atlas
exact
VPN.
sponsor.
Atlas. And on top of that, the best part about it covered. So again, go and click the link for free. And if you dislike the service, no problem. You have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So go and check it out.
We already watched
Atlas,
this
you support
exact
me.
ad on a different video,
go to
Chad.
lsv.pn/Europe and protect yourself.
Oh god. Oh god.
Another thing that really cheeses my cracker about living in Romania is definitely the bureaucracy.
They're not robots, Ray!
Hurt so good, yeah.
They're bureaucrats! I don't respect them!
Now, I'm no stranger to post-socialist bureaucratic systems. I did live in Serbia for 9 years after all. However, Romania takes it a whole nother step further. Now, of course, you have your classic of having to bring an entire tree's worth of paper to a menopausal, severely underpaid creature known as the woman working at the office window, only to be told that you actually need a copy of a document that you already have there, and no, you can't make a copy even though you're standing right next to a copy machine, because you, that's why.
Dude.
And you'll indeed
I
have to
remember when I had to pick my allowance from the post office, dude.
you book
Jeez.
your appointment several months later and then again wait several hours in line just to be told again that you're missing a goddamn paper. Another thing that's quite insane about the Romanian bureaucracy is that Romania has some of the highest internet speeds in the world. I'm talking
Yes,
the highest
we
in
do,
Europe,
chat.
and maybe the
Romanian
second highest in
internet
the
is
world
kinda
after
peak.
South Korea and maybe Iceland.
But they don't use it.
None of the bureaucracy is digitalized. You still have to make several physical printed copies of documents and bring them in by yourself
Yeah, like
instead
the
of
DMV,
sending them digitally. And you still have to bring in a bunch of physical copies in person and then wait in line longer than a guy in the friend zone waits for his crush to be free. A great example of this is Cluj's migration office. Now, other than the fact that it is basically located at the ground floor of a mall being surrounded by literal luxury
Yeah, for some reason,
stores,
a lot of like administrative government stuff is in malls. Like I remember when I made my passport in a mall. And it wasn't like one of those photo booths. It was like the whole office to make the passports and register and everything. It was in a mall.
the office only works 5 days a week from 9 to 5, but that's only for EU citizens. Now, if you're unlucky enough to be born outside of the EU, the office only takes non-EU citizens on Wednesdays and only 20 at a time. And
Okay,
as
I
you can
didn't know that.
imagine, there's definitely more than 20 people waiting at the day. So many literally have to sleep over at the mall just to have the chance to be seen the next day.
Okay,
just 10 out of
jeez.
10.
He is
Thank
my
God I'm
neighbor,
not an
Nur
immigrant in
Sultan Tuli
Romania.
Akbar. He is paining my assholes.
Another relic of the past communist era are definitely the neighbors. And if you've ever lived in a commie block here, you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
I lived in a commie block, and I remember our downstairs neighbor would literally like have breakdowns. She would have meltdowns at the door. She would be like, "Oh my God, I heard you walk. I heard you walk."
Now, to be fair, most of the neighbors you'll meet here are completely fine, normal people. However, there are still these
Música Manchembo.
creatures that still think that we're living under the Ceausescu's, that think they're the Securitate's strongest soldier. So here and there, you'll get this grandma who's gonna stop you in the middle of a commie block hallway and start interrogating you
Yeah.
on where are you from, why are you coming back
Yeah.
home so late, which apartment block you live in, as if
Yeah.
it's any of her business. So for
Yeah,
example,
and
one thing-
also they police the way you say hello. Like these old people, if you say so, we have like a good day, good night, good afternoon, all that. But our word for good day, at least to me, is way more general. Like good day is almost like hello in English in Romania. Bună ziua. Like, but when I say bună ziua, I think of hello. I don't think of good day. So sometimes I'll say bună ziua in the morning. And I'll get these old people is like, don't you mean bună dimineața, which means good morning? And I'm like, I'm saying this as hello. I don't care about the time of day. I'm sorry. I don't. I really don't. I'm saying this as hello. Bro.
that happened while living here is that the police got called up to my fiance's aunt because one of her lovely neighbors reported her and said that there is a suspicious foreigner that constantly keeps visiting her. So of course the police had to come and investigate, where they just realized it was just her niece. So yeah, although it doesn't happen that often, it is quite annoying at times.
Și apoi mă dau cu spray. Sunt un mare cocalar.
Cocalari. Let's go, Cocalari.
Every country has a
That's not how you spell
subculture
it,
they
though.
despise. The Brits have the chavs, the Americans
Yes,
have
they're just like, they're Romanian chavs. Romanian chavs, chat.
white trash, the Russians have the gopniks, and the Romanians...
Literally, Romanian gopniks, Romanian white trash. Literally, yes. That's what Cocalari are.
Well, the Romanians have the Cocalari. And to explain the Cocalari, I think there is no better way than to read out the excerpt written on Romania's official Kitsch Museum's website. The Cocalari is an individual with a great need for affirmation in the conditions of a modest culture. Like any cultural returnee, he has not even developed the quality to evaluate his cultural return. So he functions as a disabled person who is not aware of his disability. like a blind man in driving school. In the
Uh,
absence of data, he makes simplistic judgments and positions himself wrongly on the social scale. He gives exaggerated importance to an ambiguous concept called the school of life, by which he guides his actions. From the level of his modest education, he
It's so
perceives money
poetic.
as the only universal value. He miscalculates, and when he measures his ambitions, choosing as his models the few lucky cobblers who have become very rich despite their cultural poverty.
This
His
is
probability
art.
of success is much lower, but the Cocalari does not have an intellectual capacity to understand his reality. In nature, you can find the
Yeah.
Cocalari driving a 20-year-old BMW he brought in from Germany, while blasting on the speakers of said BMW, "Ja, kalule, dupa dupa golule," as loud as he can, while dressing as if he mugged the cast of the Jersey Shore. In conclusion, I
Yes.
love Romania with all my heart and hope never to move away from here. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, click that like and subscribe button, and why not share it while you're at it. And if you'd like me to make a video about all the things that I love about Romania, let me know in the comments.
Let's go.
Anyways, once more, I wish to thank these lovely
That's
people
crazy.
for supporting me and supporting my work. If you wish to become like them, become a member
It's
today,
just so
or
funny to
go
see
and
like
check out
YouTube
the other-
videos about Romania and stuff. Cause like to me, when growing up in Romania, YouTube was my escape from it. So YouTube was like my English base. So now going back to it, seeing it from the perspective of YouTube is kind of wild.